Title: The woman the village feared Amaka and Chaik were young, deeply in love. But there was a shadow in Amaka's heart that no one could explain. She was beautiful and strong, yet her temper was legendary. The villagers whispered about her in fear. Parents warned their children, "Don't go near Amaka's house. She is trouble." And trouble she was! Amaka insulted neighbors over the smallest mistakes, broke friendships with cruel words, and even struck children who dared to cross her path. Families avoided her. Visitors were rare. Her relatives came less and less, and even Chaik, the man who loved her most, could do little to calm the storm inside her. Her heart grew colder with each passing day. Anger had become her language. Pain had become her shield. Then one afternoon, as Amaka erupted in yet another confrontation with a neighbor, something remarkable happened. Standing at a distance was Somto, a quiet, gentle boy no older than 7. Amaka had shouted at him before, even slapped him once when he accidentally crossed her path. Normally, he would have run the moment she approached. But this day was different. As Amaka shouted and pushed, Somto ran forward. He wrapped his small arms tightly around her legs. The street went completely silent. Neighbors froze. Children stopped playing. Even the wind seemed to pause. Amaka froze. No one had ever dared to touch her with love. Not her neighbors, not her family, not even the children she had scolded or struck. Somto looked up at her with wide, trusting eyes, his voice trembling. "Auntie Amaka, please stop. You look sad. I don't want you to be sad again." For the first time in years, Amaka felt something break inside her. The anger, the bitterness, the years of hurt she had carried, they all collided with the innocence of this little boy. Her chest tightened, her lips quivered, and tears streamed down her face. She knelt slowly, hugging Somto, the boy who should have been afraid of her. But instead, he showed her kindness when no one else would. I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "I'm so sorry." The moment was transformative. Amaka realized she hadn't been feared because of strength. She had been feared because of her pain. And that pain had been spilling onto everyone around her. From that day, she began to change. Slowly at first. She apologized to neighbors, visited families she had wronged, treated children with care, and greeted strangers with a gentle smile. The village watched, astonished, as the woman who had once been feared became a beacon of kindness. Chaik, who had loved her despite everything, held her hands one evening. Tears filled his eyes as he said, "This is the woman I always knew you could be." Amaka smiled, not because of the words, but because she finally understood the truth. It was not punishment, not anger, not judgment that had broken her. It was the love of a little boy who saw the good inside her when no one else could. Years later, the story of Amaka's transformation spread through the village. Children would tell each other, "Samta hugged her and it changed everything." Even the hardest hearts can be softened by love. And Amaka, she never forgot the lesson. Love was stronger than fear. Compassion could break chains. And even the deepest darkness could be touched by light. The lesson of this story is that love, compassion, and innocence have the power to transform even the hardest hearts. Fear and anger may dominate for years, but genuine kindness, especially from those who see the good in us when no one else does, can break through pain and bring healing. It teaches that hurt often breeds hurt, but empathy and understanding can stop the cycle. True change doesn't come from punishment, judgment, or force. It comes from being seen, accepted, and loved, even in our darkest moments. This story also reminds us that everyone has the capacity for redemption. No matter how broken or feared someone may seem, a single act of genuine care can spark growth, humility, and transformation. Love in its purest form is stronger than fear, stronger than anger, and stronger than the past.